Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, welcome to our group presentation. And today we will discuss about unemployment in Malaysia. Before we start, I would like to introduce you to our team members. My name is Siti Norashikin, and together with me we have Ain Nadia, Nur Madiha Afika, Nurul Shuhada and Siti Azima.
Unemployment is one of the key indicators of economic performance because it shows how well an economy is able to provide jobs for its people. In the case of Malaysia, unemployment has become more significant as the country went through an economic transition from the agriculture to manufacturing and now towards services and the digital economy. While this transition has created new job opportunities, it has also led to skills mismatch where the skills that workers have do not fully match with what employees need. In the context of economy, an unemployed person is someone who is able to work, willing to work and actively seeking a job but unable to secure employment. This means not everyone without a job is considered unemployed. So in Malaysia, the definition follows the standard used by Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, and the International Labour Organization, ILO, which includes individuals aged 15 years and above who are without work, available for work, and actively seeking employment.
Assalamualaikum madam, my name is Nur Madiha Afika binti Faizal. So this slide discusses the first related issue, which is youth and graduate employment. In Malaysia, the unemployment rate is significantly higher among individuals aged 15 to 24 compared to the national average. One of the main reasons is that employers tend to prefer candidates who already have work experience even for entry-level position. As a result, many fresh graduates face difficulties in securing jobs because they lack practical work exposure. So this situation indicates a weak transition from education to the labour market, which is ultimately delays young people from entering stable employment. This slide explains the second related issue, which is unemployment and skill mismatch. In Malaysia, many graduates are employed in low-skill jobs that do not require a university qualification. This happened because the skill learned in higher education do not fully match the skill demand by employers. In particular, many graduates lack soft skills such as communication and problem solving, as well as digital and technical skills. As a result, graduates' abilities are not fully utilized, leading to a wastage of human capital. Although these individuals are employed, this situation represents hidden employment in the labour market. This slide discusses the third related issue, which is economic uncertainty and cost pressure. Rising inflation has increased business operating costs, including raw materials, wages, and utilities. As a result, many firms, especially small and medium enterprise or SME, reduce hiring or retrench workers to control costs. In addition, global economic slowdown and uncertainty weaken business confidence and limit job creation. Consequently, fewer employment opportunities are available in the labour market. Lastly, the slide highlights the issue of regional employment imbalance in Malaysia. Most job opportunities are concentrated in urban areas such as Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, and Penang. In contrast, rural states experience limited industrial growth, resulting in fewer employment opportunities. This situation encourages rural-urban migration, which is increased competition for jobs in the cities. As the result, employment opportunities become unevenly distributed across regions. Next, we are going to the current issue of graduate employment in Malaysia. Despite the rapid expansion of higher education, job creation has not increased at the same pace. As a result, there is an oversupply of graduates, especially in fields such as business and social science. Employers also continue to require work experience even for entry-level positions, making it difficult for fresh graduates to secure the jobs. In 2024, Malaysia recorded approximately 5.98 million graduates with a graduate employment rate of about 3.2%. However, more than 32% of graduates are underemployed, indicating that many are working in jobs below their qualification level. Lastly, for the second current issue, which is the digital skill gaps in Malaysia. As the economy moves towards automation, artificial intelligence, and digitalization, employers increasingly demand workers with digital skill, data analysis abilities, and strong problem-solving skills. However, many university scholars are slow to adapt to these changes and remain too theoretical. As a result, although job vacancy exists, graduates often do not possess the required skill, leading to a mismatch between labour supply and labour demand. The skill mismatch has significant economic impact on Malaysia. It leads to structural employment where workers are unable to find suitable jobs despite vacancy being available. Many graduates experience underemployment, working in the job that do not fully utilize their qualification. This situation lower overall labour productivity and slow Malaysia's transition towards a high-income economy. In fact, approximately 35% of underemployment in Malaysia is linked to skill mismatch.
Today I want to I want to talk about the causes of high unemployment in Malaysia. Skill mismatch is a major problem among graduates today. Many graduates lack important soft skills such as communication and teamwork. What they learn in school often does not match what industry need. At the same time, technology skills are high demand, but many graduates are not trained well in this area. As a result, even though jobs are available, many graduates find difficult to get employed. The second causes is underemployment. Underemployment happens when graduates work in jobs below their qualification. Even after spending years study, many end up in jobs not related to their field of study. And then their skills are wasted and not fully used. Because of this, many graduates are not certified and keep searching for a better job that match their education and skill. Another problem is limited job opportunity. There are favor high-skill job opening, but too many graduates are competing for them. And the competition become very tough. Employees are also prefer experienced worker, which make hardest for fresh graduate to get hires. On top that, economic uncertainty causes company to be more careful, so they reduce hiring and offer favor job. Carelessly, youth and regional issue also affect unemployment. Fresh graduates usually don't have much experience, so it's hardest for them to get hires. Most jobs are only available in certain states, while less developed states have a favor opportunity. And the COVID-19 also made things worse by reducing job and slowly down hiring. Okay, today I will present about the group that are most affected in employment. Young people and fresh graduates face the biggest challenges in finding job. Because they lack practical work experience, employees usually prefer candidates who already have some workplace experience, good communication skill, and understanding of how organization work. The study showed that many graduates don't fully meet their skill that industry need today, both in technical area and soft skill. This gap between that graduate learn in school and what their job market expect in a big reason why unemployment is highest among young job seekers. Next, low-skilled worker for serious employment challenges. Industries are increasing using automation, digitalization, and H1 technology, which means that traditional jobs changing rapidly. Machine and digital system reduce the demand for routine manual labor, so workers who rely on this kind of job finding favor opportunity. Limited employment opportunity for workers without specialization skill make it even harder for them to secure stable work. Without reskilling or upskilling program, many workers struggle to stay competitive in the evolving job market, which can affect their career growth and financial stability. Next, women represent another group that face employment difficulty, particularly those with caregiving responsibility. Limited access to childcare service, inflexible working arrangement, and percentage gender bias continues to restrict women participants in the labor force. In some cases, employers make assumption that women are less committed to their care due to family obligation, which negatively affect recruitment and promotion decisions. These challenges make it harder for women to access stable jobs at once in their career and achieve economic independence. Next, although workers also encounter obstacles in securing employment, particularly in technology-driven workplaces. With rapid technology advancement, continuous learning is required, and although employment may face difficulty adapting to new systems without proper training. Age discrimination also remain as issue, as some employees tend to favor younger workers whom they are perceived as more adaptable or cost efficient. This factor also make job re-entry very challenging for their older individual. After a job loss limited their opportunity to remain active in the workforce.
So we at the effectiveness of the current government policies and focusing on the overview of government policies. I will start with the effectiveness of current government policies in addressing unemployment in Malaysia. The Malaysian authorities have implemented various measures, especially targeting young people and fresh graduates. These include wage subsidized program, employment incentive, job placement services, and training program like skilling, reskilling, and upskilling. The main goal of this initiative is to create jobs, prevent layoff, and help unemployed individuals re-enter to the labor market. In the short term, these policies have been quite effective, for instance during and after COVID-19 pandemic. Wage subsidized programs help companies retain their employees by reducing the labor cost. Similar to the incentives for hiring encourage companies to employ new graduates, which contribute to a reduction in the overall unemployment in Malaysia. We are moving forward to the limitations and recommendations. However, there are some limitations to these policies. Many of the jobs created are low skill or semi-skill, which leads to underemployment. This means that many young people accept jobs they do not fully utilize their educational or skills. Another issue is the lack of coordination between educational institutions and industries. Training programs may not match the needs of growing sectors like IT, automations, and services. Moreover, informal and gig workers are still not fully protected under existing labor policies. Therefore, while these policies are effective in the short term, their long-term impact is limited. To improve, the government should focus on creating high-quality jobs, addressing the skill mismatch, and strengthening the connections between education providers and industry needs. Okay, now we add international comparison for unemployment, which is measured in the regional and international context. Next, let's look at Malaysia unemployment from an international perspective. Overall, Malaysia unemployment rate is moderate compared to the other countries. Among Asian nations, it's performed better than Indonesia and the Philippines, but slightly worse than Singapore and Thailand. Despite this, youth unemployment remains a significant challenge. Developed countries like Germany, Singapore, and South Korea shows lower youth unemployment rate because they have strong vocational, educational, and training programs that closely link students with the industries. This ensures that the graduates are well prepared for the job market. Now we are at lesson and policy gaps. Okay, in comparison, Malaysia still have the gaps. The linkage between education and employment is weaker, which contributes to higher unemployment and underemployment. Employment protection and retraining benefits are also limited here, particularly for gig workers. And many CEOs countries provide better supports, including income stability and retaining programs for unemployed workers. By adopting global best practice, Malaysia can enhance the effectiveness of its policies and better address youth unemployment challenges.
Assalamualaikum, madam. My name is Nurul Suhada binti Badrul. My metric number is 2022298293. So I will cover my part on literature review. So moving into the literature review, our researchers has identified 3 critical pilots currently shaping the Malaysian labour market. So the first one is economic shock and sectoral vulnerability. So study from Dodge and Zainal ETL emphasized that crises like COVID-19 did not just cause temporary layoff. They exposed deep vulnerability in labour-intensive sector like tourism and among informal workers who lack of social protections. The second one is the technological displacement. As noted by the World Bank and OECD, the rapid adoption of AI and automations is a double-edged sword. While it drives efficiency, it has led to technological obsolescence for low-skilled workers in the manufacturing and SME. The third one is the graduate and young paradox. Perhaps most concerning in the skill mismatch. According to the Minister of Higher Education and ILO, there is a clear disconnect between academic curricula and industry needs. This results in an experience trap, where young cannot get job without experience, and a rise in just underemployment, where degree holder are forced into low skills role just to pay the bills. In summary, the literature suggests that Malaysia underemployment is not just about a lack of job, but a mismatch in a skill and a high susceptibility to external economic changes. Moving on to the next slide, which is conclusion. As we wrap up today's discussions, it is clear that unemployment in Malaysia is not just a pace of the economic cycle. It is a perennial and complex challenge that requires more than just waiting for the next GDP update. While our national underemployment rate, roughly 3.0% as of late of 2025, look modest on the paper, the surface high a deep reality. We are facing graduate unemployment and skill-related underemployment that are signaled a fundamental mismatch. We have expanded higher education rapidly, but the growth has not always been commensurate with the creations of high quality and high skill jobs. Furthermore, the digital revolutions and automations are double-edged swords. While they drive progress, they also increase inequality, leaving behind the recent graduates and low-skilled workers who may find their routine tasks replaced by code and robots. Short-term government interventions like wage subsidy are excellent band-aid during crises like COVID-19, but they don't solve the long-term issue of job equality. So, where do we go from here? The solution must be holistic. We need to first one, bridge the gap between university and the private sector to ensure that what is taught is what is needed. Second one is to scale up TVET, technical and vocational educations, to transform it into a prestigious high income pathway rather than just an alternative. Third one is to promote innovations, to create the very high skills demand our graduates are searching for. In a conclusion, by shifting our focus toward inclusive and sustainable employments, Malaysia can do better than just lower a percentage. We can build an economy that is high income, resilient and true cohesive. I think that's all from us. Thank you.